It's impossible to say which country is the best in the world. However, a case can be made for some countries just being better than others, at least in specific fields. This even applies to the universally condemned ethno-authoritarian regime of North Korea. These are the 10 things that North Korea does better than the United States. When it comes to education, quite embarrassingly, North Korea of all countries has the United States severely outclassed. In North Korea, their education system still operates under a Soviet model where school attendance is mandatory. While it is estimated that a full 13.8% of instruction in North Korean classrooms is dedicated to the study of the great Kim Il-sung and Communist Party policy, this has not stopped North Korea from surpassing the United States in the crucial area of literacy. This is because North Korea takes their literacy rate very seriously, as everyone in the country must be able to read ballots during election years, and voting for the correct party in North Korea is mandatory. As a result, North Korea has a staggering literacy rate of 100%, while the United States falls far short with a literacy rate of just 86%. Americans might not want to face it, but North Koreans just do a better job at making sure its citizens are literate. Football is the national pastime of Americans. Many U.S. cities spend billions of dollars on massive stadiums for their football teams. These expensive stadiums often come at the expense of education spending, but many cities believe that football stadiums and the revenue they can hopefully bring are more important. But quite embarrassingly, the largest stadium in existence is the Rungrado First of May Stadium in Pyongyang. Its maximum spectator capacity is a staggering 114,000 people, while the United States comes in second with the Michigan Stadium, with a maximum capacity of 107,601 spectators. When it comes to stadiums, North Korea has the United States outclassed. Although North Korea has a socialist command economy, North Korea has done a better job of managing its finances than the United States. In fact, North Korea has the lowest public debt as a percentage of GDP in the entire world, with the country's debt coming in at a minuscule 0.4% of North Korea's GDP. Meanwhile, the United States has struggled with its national debt. Despite boasting a freer market economy, it has a debt-to-GDP ratio of 104.17%. This means that 6% of the entire annual budget of the United States is spent on servicing its national debt instead of its citizens. While the production and extraction of fluorspar, otherwise known as fluoride, is a very niche industry, it is also an industry where North Korea defeats the United States. Fluoride is a colorful mineral that has various industrial and laboratory applications that range from semiconductor production to industrial lenses. North Korea produces 12,000 tons of fluoride per year, while the United States doesn't even produce enough fluoride to appear in the top 23 fluoride-producing countries. This area of North Korean superiority may not be the most prestigious, but nevertheless, it is an area where North Korea triumphs over the United States. Nuclear submarines have very specific uses. Generally, the reason why major powers use nuclear submarines is so that the nuclear warheads they carry can be fired independently in the event of an attack. However, if a nation wishes only to be a regional naval power, diesel submarines are the standard. North Korea possesses the largest diesel submarine fleet in existence, with 72 in active service. The United States has no diesel submarines at all, and now has a very limited capacity to produce them. The importance of diesel submarines cannot be understated, as Taiwan's attempt to obtain a fleet of conventional submarines has been the cause of numerous diplomatic incidents. When it comes to conventional submarines and their construction, North Korea leads the rest of the world. One thing North Korea does very well is counterfeiting US dollar bills. These forgeries are made to finance North Korea's international operations. What's interesting, though, is that North Korea is better at counterfeiting dollars than Americans themselves. Every year, North Korea counterfeits more money than all of the criminal organizations in the United States combined. This problem has become so bad that U.S. policymakers have considered halting the production of the $100 bill entirely because North Korea has become so proficient at creating forgeries of it. It's even been stated that, quote, with a few exceptions, Only Federal Reserve banks equipped with the most sophisticated detection equipment can identify North Korean fakes." End quote. By now, it is well known that North Korea spends a lot on its military. In fact, despite North Korea possessing a minuscule population, the country has the fourth largest active military in the entire world, beating out more massive countries such as Russia. However, where North Korea beats the United States is in its military spending per capita. North Korea spends 22.9% of its GDP on military expenditures, while the United States only spends 3.3%. Whether or not this is a good thing is up for debate, but it cannot be denied that North Korea is more effective at diverting funds to its military. North Korea actually has the youngest world leader currently in power. Kim Jong-un is only 32 years old as of this video's release. Meanwhile, in the United States, the two candidates for president are just shy of 70 years in age. So in a way, North Korea's leadership is younger and more in touch with the younger generation. Similar to North Korea's outrageous military expenditures, North Korea is better at mobilizing its population for military purposes. Military service for both men and women is mandatory in North Korea. As a result, North Korea has the most active troops per population in the entire world, with 47.8 of every 1,000 citizens in North Korea serving in the country's military. The United States, meanwhile, only has 4.6 people for every 1,000 people serving within its armed forces. All in all, more of North Korea's population has more military experience, and the country's economy has been designed to support levels of military enrollment that are just not possible in American society. Despite constant American pledges and non-stop talk about renewable energy, North Korea, not the United States, has delivered the goods when it comes to sustainable and renewable energy. North Korea uses hydropower to generate 71.25% of its total energy needs, while the United States only manages to support 14.27% of its energy needs with a variety of renewable energy sources. Ironically, of all the countries in the world, North Korea is better with energy independence and utilizing hydroelectric power than the United States. If you think about it, North Korea doesn't really seem to brag about this impressive achievement, while US leaders such as President Obama continue to insist that someday they will get around to developing renewable energy sources. For more top lists just like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to check out our other lists. And thanks for watching, and thanks for learning.